Good morning from Houston. It is 6 a.m. here. We're 6 hours behind the UK, so I've been awake a little while because my body clock's still on UK time, but today is a long run day and quite excited because it's always nice having a change of scenery when you're doing a lot of hours on your feet. But it is still dark, so I've got to wait about another hour before I can get out there safely. So I'm carving up now. I've just had a lovely bagel and peanut butter. It disappeared very quickly, otherwise I would have shown you, and some coffee. So that'll be my pre-run fuel. And I'm just going to digest that, get my stuff ready to get out there for 13 to 14 miles today. So kit list today. Very excited because I get to wear shorts. I think it's about 14 degrees outside, so today is definitely a shorts and vest type run, which is quite nice because it's been pretty chilly of late at home and in Seattle. I don't know if I'm going to wear the vest. I might just brave it and go with the bra because I do have this on as well. I don't want to get too hot. I'm going to fill these up today with one of these tablets because it is a bit warmer. I'm going to sweat a bit more, so I'm going to take electrolytes. Probably won't need 4 gels, but I take them just in case. It's 13 to 14 miles today, so I imagine I'll definitely get through 3 of those at least. Heart rate monitor and my aftershocks and my very cool sunglasses, which are from a brand called Citrus. Right, 7 o'clock. It is starting to get light. Well, it is light, so it's time to stop procrastinating and get out on those roads. I've got the map on my watch, so I can follow that because obviously I'm unfamiliar with around here. So yeah, 13 to 14 miles. Let's go. And there are a lot of advantages to running new places, and that you get to see new things, and it's interesting. However, so far I think I'm not even sure if I'm a mile in. It's pretty uninspiring. I've had to stop a lot to like cross main roads and things, which is a little irritating. Definitely going to be a slow run today, but hopefully we'll get a little bit more interesting. But now I'm just running up the side of this big main road thing. It's probably quite noisy, so I'll stop talking and hopefully find some better scenery to show you in a bit. This is more like it. I knew I'd put some greenery on this route. So this is the edge of Memorial Park. Hopefully we'll get a lot less traffic noise soon as well. So on this run I thought, as well as trying to navigate, I'll try and talk to you a little bit about Crohn's disease, colitis, which, well, obviously Crohn's and Colitis UK is the charity that I am running my races for. So I thought I'd try and explain a little bit about what Crohn's is, what colitis is, with my very limited knowledge of not having it myself, but I hope I can spread a little bit of knowledge to you guys about what it is. What a beautiful morning it is. So Crohn's disease is basically inflammation anywhere in the gut, so the gut being all the way from your mouth down to your anus, so it affects any part of that tract. And ulcerative colitis is basically the presence of ulcers on the large bowels, the large intestine, from the colon down to the anus. Sorry, you can't see me for the shadow. But it can also be indeterminate, so potentially can't be sure whether it's Crohn's or colitis in an individual. In the UK, 1 in 123 people have Crohn's or colitis, which I think is around about 500,000 people. So I've gone wrong. I'm trying to follow the line on my map, and I think what I'd drawn, having not known the route, was running through that. I don't really want to do that. I want to be on there. So, brief reprise from talking about Crohn's and colitis whilst I navigate myself somehow where I'm supposed to be going. So I'm going to go back the way I came, follow the trail, keep referring to my phone. to make sure I'm vaguely following it. May add on a little bit, but hopefully by the time I get to the end of the park, I'll be out the other side and I'll know where I am. It's still a beautiful morning nonetheless, really misty. If I stop, maybe you can see the swirls of the mist. And there's planes too! So I'm at a decision point now. I can get back on my route there next to the road, but that way looks much nicer. I'm going to have a look on my map and see if I can kind of get through that way and end up where I need to be the other side of the park, because I don't want to be lost in the park all day. But whilst I'm stood here deliberating, just going to go through what Crohn's and colitis can sometimes cause to sufferers. I have written a list because there is a huge long list of these ailments that people can suffer from. So this is non-exhaustive, but cramping pains, frequent and urgent diarrhea, swollen joints, mouth ulcers, extreme tiredness, lack of iron leading to anemia. People can end up losing weight because you just don't want to eat. Imagine having ulcers in your mouth or anywhere else in your guts, just going to just put you off eating. And bizarrely, I discovered you can get inflamed eyes, and then those with Crohn's can sometimes end up getting sort of little cysts around the anus. And these come in regular flare-ups. So sometimes people can feel okay, and other times it flares up and can be pretty horrible. Before I talk a little bit about what the current treatments are, I think I need to figure out where the hell I'm going. Just pretty much back on roads now. And another junction where there's a really nice trail, or there's up there with the cars, and my route takes me up there with the cars, which is a bit of a bummer. Anyway, I'm just under 5 miles into my 13.6, I think it is. So a little over a third of the way. Feeling okay, just taking a gel. But I just think the rest of this is going to be a little bit dull. Next time I'm here, I'm definitely going to look into that memorial park, and even doing loops around that would be better than rush hour in Houston. There's a hell of a lot of stopping at these places on this run. Oh, it's just gone across. I'm stopping a lot just to wait to cross roads. It's really dull roads. Houston, I'm sure you've got more to offer than roads and shops. Hey ho, just under halfway through. Just gotta keep going. Well, this is a bit nicer. I think I've got into suburbia. Is it called Boulevard Oaks or something? But lots of lovely houses and dogs. All different, all very American. One's got a flag on the front. But this is a bit nicer. Now we're at a little quiet bit, nice little park. I thought I'd just take a quick break to just talk through some of the treatments that are currently available for Crohn's and colitis. So again, I've got my list because trying to run and remember is a little bit too taxing. So, I mean, there are medicines available, including steroids. Obviously, steroids can be really, really detrimental on the body, so try not to use those for too long a time. And I've seen Amy on steroids, and the side effects of steroids, nobody really wants those, but nonetheless they can be effective sort of in the short term. Tablets, drips, injections, suppositories. Fortunately, nothing pleasant about treating this disease. Sometimes liquid diets can help, obviously affecting the gut. It's going to be quite irritated by many foods, so sometimes liquid diets are required. And then ultimately, for many people, including Alan, my partner, including Amy, my friend, surgery was the answer. Alan had surgery I guess twice, because he had his stoma reversed, but initially had the stoma put in there to save his life. They took out basically most of his lower intestine, and he had that bag for several months. A few months later though, they did manage to reverse that, and he successfully lived without a stoma with his Crohn's. Amy, on the other hand, has had countless surgeries for all sorts of things, but ultimately she had Larry, her first stoma, for several years. Saved our life, basically, did Larry. But now she's now got an ileostomy called Pumba. I said if you follow her journey, Pumba's journey on Instagram, you can see a little bit more about her. But she's been under the knife many times, poor girl. But it's amazing that is available. Imagine 100 years ago, 200 years ago, people with these diseases just didn't stand a chance. So very thankful for medical advances that are able to save lives with surgery like stoma surgery and ileostomy surgery. So a stoma bag is basically where they get your bowel and they bring it to the outside of your body, and so a little bit is sticking out, and then a bag is attached to that to basically catch your poo, and that's how you go to the toilet. I think it has the same issues that most of us have with going to the toilets. It can be quite a challenge sometimes. But yeah, these people suffering with Crohn's and colitis who have the stomas really have to make huge changes to their lives, carry bags around, make allowances, things like that, but nonetheless life-saving. So Crohn's and colitis can basically affect people's lives in many different ways, but ultimately sufferers having this, it does affect their quality of life. And so charities like Crohn's and Colitis UK try to fund ongoing research to ultimately hopefully find a cure for these diseases. I hope that was vaguely insightful on my limited knowledge, but I suppose I'd better get on with my run. I've been walking in circles in this little park for too long. I think I've just about done 7.5 miles, so a little over halfway, and hopefully it will stay a little more picturesque. Yet another wait. Oh, it's just turned as I start speaking to you. So just coming up to, I think it's 11 miles, and the plan, according to my coach, is to pick up the pace again for the last 2 to 3. Really not feeling it today. I'm quite tired. It's been a lot of stop-start. It's taken longer than I wanted, but I'm going to give it a go. See how I get on. See you at the end. I swear to God, this last 2 to 3 miles, where I'm supposed to be pushing it, is really starting to pee me off. I'm literally stopping every single crossing. Just come under that bridge where the pavement was closed. I had to kind of go cross country and there were no lights, so I had to run for it. It's just really annoying. I did it. Really frustrating last 3 miles having to keep stopping. But I pushed in between. Pretty tired now. But the worst thing is I'm 9 minutes late to get breakfast. It's the week. It's Friday. Breakfast finishes at 10. I thought leaving at 7 would mean that I could come back, have a shower and have breakfast. The stopping and starting, the closed roads meant that I sadly have failed. So I'm going to go and see if they've got anything left out that I can quickly grab. But it was 13.9 miles. I could run up there to make it 14, but I'm done. Definitely too late. Yep, they wouldn't even give me a banana or a muffin or berries, nothing. So it's dried protein porridge in the room and a protein shake for me. Back in the UK now, but I hope in between all the frustrations around running through Houston, that helped give you a little bit of an insight about Crohn's and colitis, and why I'm actually running for Crohn's and Colitis UK. I did have breakfast in my room, it was fine, but if anybody would like to put a few pennies in my pot to sponsor me for doing the London Marathon, for doing the Jurassic Coast Ultra Marathon, please, it would mean the world to me. I'm going to put the link up, QR code, next on this video. So thanks for watching. If you got to the end, that's fantastic. Thank you very much. But see you in the next video.